as much as I hate to perpetuate the myth that ragtime existed in the Old West, I can't help but love the song as a ragtime fan and a Doctor Who fan. The song isn't quite ragtime, really. I mean, the melody of the song is not syncopated. But the lyrics mention a ragtime piano, and there's certainly ragtime breaks and ragtime figures in the playing. Although, in the actual show, the only people we see playing it are Dodo and Steven, so they would have been exposed to ragtime as they were from the future relative to the 1881 time period of the episode. And I don't think we actually hear anybody sing the verse about a ragtime piano. So yeah, maybe you can let it slide. But anyway, here's the Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon. I've only just worked it out, and I'm not playing it at speed. You know, I haven't quite memorized it really, but I couldn't wait to share it with people. So I'll teach you how to play it afterward. Well, something like that. The accompaniment is usually much more advanced than that. The accompaniment that Dodo gives it, although when Dodo plays it for Steven, she's playing in the key of E. When Steven plays it for the singer, he plays in the key of D. So, and they're both sight reading the piece. So I don't know if Dodo was just transposing on the fly. She's a pretty good sight reader. She's a regular Tom Breyer. But what she plays, although she plays in E, is this for the right hand. See, So, I can't quite do that at speed like that with both hands. But let me teach you how to play the song. There we go. So we're in the key of D, as I mentioned. And the opening is based on a diminished chord. So, a D diminished chord. And it's just you. So it's just 1, 2, 3. It's a 3 or 4 pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then. And the left hand, when you hit a D there, the left hand starts going. Or I guess that'd be better. Then you're back in the D chord. So now you start with the left hand. Actually, let's do the melody, the main melody here. So hopefully you can see what notes I'm hitting, what notes I'm not. Now, some verses, that part at the end is different. So I think even Steven goes all the way in E. So you can play that in a few different ways, depending on how you feel the melody should go for any particular verse that you want to be representing. So now the left hand. After we did that little intro earlier. Now for the main thing with ring, D chord. You just go down chromatically there, and then you're gonna, which is basically a D major 7th, really, because there's a D in the melody sometimes. So, and then E minor 7 with a B in the bass, and then an A7, and then a B minor. There's actually an A in the melody here, so. And then E. So an A7 chord, basically. So what do I actually do is go. And then you're back to the D. But now you're change the chord here. And then in E. You do that rising figure. So basically, and now back to D. And the next note, you're actually going to put the A in the bass. Back to B minor. Go to a D chord with the A in the bass, and then let's see, where am I? Where do we go from here? It's hard to do it slowly. And then an E minor 7, although the 7th is actually in the melody, and then the same chord with the B, and then an A7, D, now D7. Not a major 7 this time. Dominant 7. Sort of a G 9th chord, I think, because there's an A in the melody here. So where was I? And then the A is a D chord. And then your E minor, A7, sus4. Then your little break, and then start all over again. So that's the Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon. Basically. there is one interesting thing I want to talk about, and that is the first line of the song. This is my rough score that I made for myself and others to play at some point. I need to work on it a bit, but the first line, with rings on their fingers and bells on their toes, this actually comes from a song from 1909, and I'll show you that song, that line. I've got rings on my fingers, or mumbo jumbo jijiboo jay o'shea. It's about an Irishman who comes out on a island. Here, well, look at the words here. Jim O'Shea was cast away upon an Indian isle. The natives there, they liked his hair, they liked his Irish smile. So made him Chief Panjandrum, the nabob of them all. They called him Jijiboo Jay, and rigged him out so gay. So he wrote to Dublin Bay, to his sweetheart just to say, sure, I've got rings on my fingers, bells on my toes, elephants to ride upon my little Irish rose. So come to your nabob, and next Patrick's Day, be Mistress Mumbo Jumbo Jijiboo Jay O'Shea. So that's where the line comes from. Rings on my fingers and bells on my toes. I can see it. Zoom in on it so you can see. Sure, I've got rings on my fingers, bells on my toes, elephants to ride upon my little Irish rose. So come to your nabob, and next Patrick's Day, be Mistress Mumbo Jumbo Jijiboo Jay O'Shea. I thought that'd be interesting to talk about. So there you go. The Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon. Enjoy. And play it better than I do, please. Sorry, I actually messed up a little bit on the left hand when I was explaining it. It's hard to remember where I am. But on the very end where you go into a C, the next chord, I was hitting an E here. It should be a D. It's supposed to be a G chord. So. So let me do a quick, slow version here with just the chords. With just the chords.